Hello everyone, Hawkey here, back with another sort of Convallaria video. So in today's video, we'll go over a bit more about Caris and why I think she is a skip. There has been a lot of discussion about like how good she is and like her skills are really awesome. She's a jack of all trades. She does everything. She does DPS. She does support. You know, we can watch the details on her skills. She gets her revelation, hitting the 9 stacks, but really stacking that revelation does mean that she does need to get higher stars. And I'm not sure about you guys, but in my shard farming team, there's so much I want to raise the stars for. Like before, I had Coco, Sophia, August. Now I finally 5-star my Sophia, and I brought in Homer that I want to raise as well. And then, yeah, there's just no room for Caris. And to me, Caris is mainly going to be like another Destroyer DPS. She looks awesome. She's just there to look cool. And, like, it's basically a bit like getting another Beryl, which is, it's a bit unfortunate. We don't really need someone like her at the moment. And since we're not having Tower of Versity, that gives us less point to bring in Caris because one of the main reasons Caris was used in Tower of Versity was she's really good at those piercing stages, but that's not going to happen anymore. We have our universal derivation, and that's it. So, oh yep. So they just go through the basics of her kit there, and yeah, confirmed for this Friday. And yeah, we've seen her passive. It's basically she starts off trying to gain stacks, and yeah, just one layer, and then it slowly increases. Here's another one layer triggered up to 5 times. And yeah, you do really want to push that through to 5 stars so you can start with additional 3 layers. Otherwise, it's just really hard to trigger the Light Oracle there for Caris. So I did go over a few of the CN guides for Caris. So this one's from Squid King, and yeah, so this is what he's recommending there for Caris. So let's go over the skills real quick. So actually, let's go over the pros and cons. Okay, so the holder of um, that is the Papal. Is it Papal States? I think. Yeah, it's Papal States, isn't it? Yeah, Papal States. So that's still the Papal States, and so it has the big aura for Papal States. So this is more of a like a bonus than anything. Like you don't really bring someone in just for the aura, but it's really good to have. So you got the 10% attack and defense, and if they have 4 or more buffs, they can gain the penetration damage, which is, that was the reason she does bring the penetration out there. Um, so excellent AoE damage, and her magic shield is pretty practical and immune to immobilization effects. It's not smooth, and the group damage is not really prominent, except for special levels where there's like a lot of mobs with low HP. But that's not really going to be the case unless they're going to release like maybe like waves of enemies that Karis could come into use for and just AoE them down because her AoEs don't really do that much damage. Like, for example, her Crystal Energy Wave Cannon, that's 60% to all enemies, and yeah, it's a big range, but guess what? We also have another magic DPS which has a big range. Like, we got Beryl. Beryl has a big range, and even her Flaming Meteor, that's 140%, but it does skip a turn. But even if it's half, that's like 70%. And this is where is it? This oh my god, where did I put her skills? Yeah, it's only 60% for her AoE, so it is quite weaker. Like I'll say she's still like comparable to Beryl, but like most of us already have Beryl, and we do already feel that Beryl is falling off. So bringing Caris, that doesn't really change much there, and yeah, so it's for pushing like the piercing stages in Tower Versity, which we don't have any more. And PvP Caris is pretty good, especially with like the magic shield and everything to help your team survive. But you really need her like 5 star pretty much for PvP. Um, so recommended weapons. So we're doing the Starry Sky Heritage and the Broom. What did this guy recommend here? Weapons is the yeah. So Legacy of Starlight is the Starry Sky Heritage, and I think this is the signature, the Fusion Sword. And what do we have here? Prism and Starlight. So yeah, so pretty much all the similar weapons there. That it's pretty much standard for Magic DPS. We have the Fire Ring, we have the Hourglass, Burning Flint, which is the Fire Ring there, Spring Pill, Disaster Bottle. Yeah, we confirmed Disaster Bottle here, and yeah, Hourglass, Fire Ring, and Fancy Hat. So everyone's pretty much on the similar sort of setup. We have Sword and Wand, and Wand and Cup. So Wand and Cup was mainly for the reset for Tower Versity, which we're not really having anymore. Yeah, Sword and Wand then, nothing to consider. Multipliers other than eliminating evil are all very low. Yeah, her multipliers are very low there. Yeah, Sword and Staff there as well. So what did they choose? So they chose the left one, which is the heal. We've seen this heal on a lot of units before. Same as this guy, Light of Sanctuary, instant auxiliary skill. And it's mainly for the 3% health boost we give here. Yeah, level 1 left. And for level 3, to play Caris, you need all points at level 3. Protect all living beings and punish all sins. And yeah, we pretty much choose both skills there at level 3. So I don't have access to like the content creator server or anything, so got to go off translation. So yeah, that this beam skill, so 50% of magic attack plus 20% of the HP's health value. So it's just like this extra like piercing damage, like 20% of the enemy's health. That's pretty good. But we've seen bosses and everything with that. Um, the advanced immunity and everything, which reduces this sort of HP damage, and yeah, changes to this skill when you have her light revelation. So it turns to 75% AoE, so plus 30%. Wait. Light changes to all crimes punished together. Oh yeah, yep. That is this skill. Perfect. And the other skill is shining and protecting all living beings. So this is the shield. Like it's similar to say like Simona is good because she gives us the physical shield, right? Not saying that any characters aren't useful. It's just they're not really worth going for. Like each character has their unique kit and unique set of skills, and I think this is a good way of sort of Convallaria. Like they provide us all these different kits and different skills, so there's not much like straightforward power creep. Like this one has like pretty much the exact same skills, but it's just much better. It's like there's slight differences across each characters, and that makes the game interesting and fun. Everyone brings their unique skills and everything to the table. So Dark Shelter, we've seen that, and yeah, Asylum of Darkness, which is the left one. Actually, this guy's saying the right. So what was the skills here? So that's the energy recovery. So this guy's probably going after the energy recovery for like tower diversity and everything, but most people are saying to go left because left is for the survivability, which is similar to what we had on, was it Lash? Yeah, Protection of Darkness, because Caris does provide some debuffs there, but this guy's more after the energy, so bit of a split opinion there. And recommended to get both the level 7 skills. Right side's a good range clearing skill, 130%, which is really nice. So Purge or Evil. But, all her skills are nerfed basically until we get her passive up. So, to get this light Oracle. So that there's like multiple different skills here. So this is 130%, fire damage, dizziness, and let me highlight over that. And she skips the turn as well. And that's why, yeah, 130%. Yeah, I just feel like, most of his skills is just like, these AoEs, it doesn't really hit that hard. Like, when I go back to Beryl and, her boom's really nice because all the AoEs stack together, and, we have her with the Flaming Meteor, and then she has Choo Choo there. I just feel like Caris is just a worse version of Beryl, almost. Alright, and yeah, level 9 right, level 11 right. Yeah, so when used Purge or Evil, it can trigger astonishing damage, 130 plus 100 plus 80, 310 to large bosses. But what large bosses are there? Like, without tower adversity, we're not really fighting much bosses. Like, there might be some elites there in Universal Derivation, but yeah, it's just, I can do my Choo Choo 150. But 310 is pretty big, but like, who else do we have as a strong destroyer who can do a lot of damage to bosses? We can bring a Kumbe, right? Where a Kumbe and he just summons multiple assassins and does his secret signal. So that does heaps anyway. So I just feel like there's not much justification for Caris. And I think that's all there is to it. I'm still going to pull Caris, to support the game, to try it out. Maybe she can be better. Like, I just don't see it. I just don't see her really making much of a difference. I'm thinking maybe she might be better when we get Judge Samantha come out, because we can give her the leader aura. Maybe that's going to help, and then you've got Judge Samantha and Caris doing all the papal state stuff, and Caris can do some debuffs there and do a lot of damage, bring in Ida and everything. But for now, it just feels like Caris is just like a placeholder. And according to our free to play plan, so here's our free to play plan. We have Karis, Shakalulu. This is the time to save, because after so many like tier zeros back to back, like, you guys would have had to try and get like Sophia, August, Homer, and maybe you weren't able to get any of them, but your gems probably have dried up after Homer, and this is when we can finally take a break and You know, save up for Revere Altar or any other 3.0 characters. Maybe you want to skip Revere Altar and like really save up to get like Tear, Tristan, Sophia Altar, but yeah, there's just no place for Caris, and you know we need to also shard farm her. There's not enough room in our shard farming team to get her like 3-star or 5-star to show her at her best. And we're not going to pull copies of Caris, right? Unless you're well. So, but if you're well, you don't really need a guide. You can just pull everyone, right? And without Towerversity or some sort of endgame mode, we don't really have much of like comparison as to which characters are good now. So we're just sort of basing it and seeing how we go. And Caris was good for the penetration and magic shields, AOE, big bosses. But we don't know what we'll get anymore. We have no insight. So it's not to say maybe Caris will be good in the future, but you know maybe by that time we have Kaveh and CN have Kaveh, and Kaveh is just outclasses Caris in like every single way pretty much. So we can just hold on until we get Kaveh and make sure we save up for other units like Ruia Altar. Alright, so that's enough yapping there from me. I'll build Caris. I'll try and build Caris. He's only got Caris 3-star. Yeah. Yeah, pay attention to the Light Oracle state, and you do want to try and star her up. If Caris has a chance to get a buff, we'll update again. It may be pure delusion. Yeah, I think pulling for Caris is delusion, or saying Caris is like a must pull. All right, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.